Hey guys, today we got a 2017 Volvo S60 and we're going to take off the front and rear door panels. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take off this front little speaker cover. It also has a sensor here, so we're going to try to leave that plugged in because we don't know if we unplug it if it's going to do anything when we turn the key on. So we want to make sure to just leave that sensor plugged in. So we'll kind of unplug the, we'll pull this off and then we'll just push it to the side. You can actually leave the speaker plugged in if you want. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off two Torx 25s under here, and then we're going to pop the panel all the way around. There's a couple of clips up here that we're going to release from the top, and then once we get the panel towards us, we're going to go ahead and disconnect this, the handle right here, the door locks, the window switch, and then we'll unplug the little light on the bottom, but we'll push it through and unplug it, so it makes it a little easier for us to unplug. The back ones are a little bit more difficult because these ones actually have the window shades on them, but they're still not that difficult. Once you get them off, then there's basically 3 bolts right there. I think they're like 7mm, 2 7mm and a Torx, and that comes out. Then you're able to get the channel. On these, if you're just tinning them, what you could do is I would recommend possibly taking this off here, taking the 2 screws off and then getting behind here, and then you can actually pop this and get this far enough forward so you can get this little plastic piece out a little bit, and then you can get that channel out. On the back ones, you have to take the window shade off in order to do that. It's a little bit harder in the back ones to get that little plastic piece to move out of the way, because it actually has on the front of it, it has a Torx bolt on the front, on the back doors. The front ones don't have that, but the back ones do have a little Torx back there. So those are better off to just pull the whole panel off and then try to get that channel out of there if you're tinting the windows. That's what I'm doing today. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you in and let's get started. What I want to do here is just kind of get behind here. There's actually 3 little clips behind there. So just take like a little plastic tool and just get behind it and kind of pry it towards you. Comes off fairly simple. Now if you want to take it off, you can unplug it. There's the sensor that I was telling you about right here. You just squish down and then unplug it. It's a green plug. And then the speaker one is a push down tab. And then it unplugs. It's got the little tab on the back. But since this does have some kind of a sensor on here, I don't know if it's a turn lane sensor or something like that. When we turn the key on, I don't want it to give us any kind of error, so we're going to go ahead and leave that plugged in. And we're just going to leave it to the side. And since we're going to do that, I'm going to go ahead and leave the speaker plugged in as well. That way I don't have to remember to plug it back in. So we'll just leave that to the side and just make sure that if you shut the door that you don't actually crush this, so just be really, really careful with that. Through here we have 2 T25s. They're really hard to see, so I'm not gonna go ahead and film that. I'm just gonna show you that they're down there. T25, there's 2 of them down there. They're really close to each other. There's an actual light down here. If you wanted to try to pull it off, I guess you can. I don't like to do that. I like to pop the panel off and just kind of push it through that way, because it does come apart. It comes actually apart in 2 pieces. There's the piece of glass, and then there's like a piece of plastic glass, and then there's the actual light itself. If it does fall apart on you, it just snaps right back into place. The next step would be you can either try to yank on this and pull on it, which is pretty hard. The easiest way I found is to actually get a plastic tool and just get behind it and then just kind of pry, and it comes off so much easier. So what I was talking about is you want to get behind here. You want to get behind the panel, behind this rubber piece right here, and you want to just kind of drive it like that forward. And you can see there's an actual, right there, it's hard to see. So I like to just kind of work my way down the line. Try to get behind this rubber piece here. Another way to do it is to actually use 2 pieces like this. And then just kind of work your way behind it. Just kind of walk your way down. And then there's another clip right here. You just push it like that, and it unsnaps it. keep working. And if you can't snap it, just push down on the actual little clip right there, and it'll actually release it. It all loose there. Now, if you just wanted to pull this door channel out, all you need to do is on the side right here, you need to pull this towards you a little bit to get it away from the. There's like little clips right here, so you just kind of push it towards you this way. And then what you would do is just lift up on the rubber piece and just be careful not to pull the clips out. And then you can pull that door sweep right out, the window sweep, I'm sorry. And then you could mask the door, and because there's felt on these, so if you want to mask it and then go ahead and then you can tin it that way. Put that back on there like that. And so the next step would be to keep pulling on the door panel all the way around. These do have pretty good clips. They're a little bit weird. The reverse of the normal style clips, which is nice. They shouldn't break on you. They actually have a point coming this way and the circles on the door instead of the other way around like it normally is. So behind here we have the actual handle here, and then we have the speaker, the door lock switch, and then the window switch. Yeah, I forgot that there was a speaker on here too that we have to unplug. And those are pretty much just push down tabs and pull out. I'll try to bring you in. There's also a light in here. There's the little light, I guess, that it shoots down underneath here. That one's probably the hardest one to take off. I just kind of jiggle it back and forth, and then it pulls out. It's a little white plug there. And the door lock plug it's a little green plug that's right here. You just push down and then pull it out. Fairly simple. The speaker one's right over here. It's a gray one. That one's really simple to take off. That one's just a little push down tab. That one you just push down on there and then pull out. That's the speaker one. And then you got your window switch one. That one I can't really show you on here because it's really buried in there. It's a little blue one. But if you stick your finger underneath and just push up and then pull out, it'll come right out. One is actually the handle. So with the handle, you just kind of want to get on each side of it, kind of pull away from you. There's two little things right here on the sides, but I like to get behind here where the cable is. It's hard to show you on camera. I like to get right here, just kind of take my pry tool and kind of lift up like that, and then just assist it on the sides as you're pulling up, and it pops right out. Okay, and it goes right back in, front side, and then it snaps down in place with these two little tabs here. Now the bottom down here, we have the little light. Down here we have a little light. If you can get your fingers in there, you can squish it. This is sometimes what happens. The light actually pops off of the lens. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to push the lens through. I'm going to show you on camera here. So basically what I want to do is I want to just squish down right here and then unplug it. And then right here, snaps right back into place. So when we put it back in here, what we're going to do is we're going to start from the bottom underneath the panel, and we're going to run the wire through and then plug it in and snap it into place from the outside. Make it easier for us. Back doors. So the back doors do have two Torx down here. They have a Torx here. There's a little cover you need to take off. Let's go ahead and take that off. You just pry it out. Pretty simple. And then there's a Torx T25 right there. Get that out. They're all the same size, same length. And then there's two down here, just like on the front. So once you got those three out, there's also a light down here that will take off, same way we did in the front. So this one's going to be a little bit different. This doesn't have three different clips. I think it only has one here. So you want to just kind of, you can either, you know what, let's just start on the bottom first. Makes it easier if you pry the bottom and then that pops off. Okay, just take a little pry tool, kind of twist on it, and then slowly work your way up. To there, just kind of pull on it. There's a clip there that pops out, and then we're going to do the same thing we did in the front. We're going to go ahead and just take our little pry tool on the little handle deal and get underneath it. Just kind of pry away, get that out of the way, and then unplug your harnesses. This one has there's a switch here. There's a green one. There's the speaker one, which is a gray one. And then the window one is a little bit easier to take off on this one. And then what you want to do on this one is plug it. Flip it down. You can see right there. Pull towards you so that it pops off the lens, and then you can unplug it. I don't know why they put the plug on the opposite side where it's underneath, so we'll take the lens off, and then this will just snap right back into place. So when we're going to put it on, we'll just feed it through. We'll feed our wire out, put it in, and then we'll snap it into place. Snap just like that. Now if you're going to be tinting these windows, you need to put the panels back on because the switches don't come off separately really easily, so I wouldn't recommend trying to take them off. So from here, we're going to take this window shade off in order to get to our door channel here. There's a 7mm, a Torx, and a 7mm here. Let me take off the Torx first. And the Torx again right there. And then take off the two 7mm bolts. Set those aside. Put them in an area where you remember how they go. And then this just lifts up and goes out of the way. This is basically the window shade, which will just sit back in there when we're done. And then we'll bolt it back down. Now, to get this out, you have to pull this a little bit towards you. This gets in the way. Don't try to take it off. I think it has some kind of a guide with clips that snaps in. You don't want to try to take it off. You might break it, so I'd recommend not taking it off. I'd recommend just pulling towards it. I'd recommend just pulling this towards you, this way, a little bit. It'll unsnap from the clips there. So, one of the clips fell. Grab it and just kind of move that out of the way so you can get this channel out. Just slide it up and then slide it. Oops. Slide it out. So when you put it back in, it's going to go underneath this. Now this piece might snap off. I didn't try to do it that way. Try to do it this way because I figured this would be a little bit easier. Kind of sliding it up, then I can get it back in there, I can put it back into place, and that's pretty much it. And that pretty much does it for removing the back one. So reverse solder, you're going to put that back in and then go back, put your stuff back together. Better look for that little clip that just fell. If you have any questions, hit me up. Thanks for watching.